it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you my next video in my must have must gag. This is my series that I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below. I also always have all of the Instagram pages that I follow to find all of this makeup news, as well as all of the items listed and linked down below. Now, I will say a couple of things very quickly. If you're wondering what's going on with my face, I did actually record both me applying this bronzer and also me doing my eye look. So those videos will be coming soon, hopefully. Keep an eye out. The tutorial will be coming up on my Instagram, so if you don't already follow me there, I would say go ahead and follow me because I'm doing a lot more tutorial looks over there, video wise, and then the bronzer video will be coming up on this channel, so just keep an eye out for that. What else? Earrings, these are pretty old. I got these I think last Halloween. I was lusting and planning to wear a new pair of earrings that was supposed to have been delivered yesterday. They still haven't come. I'm sad. Hopefully they come because I really want to wear those babies. What else? I'm recording this Saturday night and it is currently almost 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna hopefully fly through this. If not, this is gonna be real steep for me to get this up tomorrow at 6 a.m. That's generally when I really like to upload my must-have must-gags and my videos in general, so cross your fingers. Lastly, I went to Walmart, so that's where the flowers came from. The little vase situation, and that's old. I got that from Target last year and it's actually supposed to be a lantern, but the light died and then I broke the mechanism, so it's just gonna be a planter. Yeah, that's pretty, what is this? That's pretty much all I got for you guys. I am just going to scoot over very quickly and we are just gonna run through all the things that I have pinned. I think that's it. Hopefully that's it. I do have quite a bit of things, so, and let's just get into it. So the first thing is a collaboration. It looks like it's for Halloween and it's by Nxo Cosmetics and Beautiful Tragedy MUE. So yeah, they have a collaboration. It's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. 6 are mattes, 3 are shimmers. I actually like that configuration. I like that there's more mattes than shimmers. I even think that the eyeshadow palette looks halfway decent. But is this something that I feel I need to bring into my collection? It's not. It's really not. I think it looks really cool. I think you could create some really interesting color schemes. But to me, I feel like I could create things very similar already with my palettes. Like I feel like I could mix my Dragon Child palette from Nxo Cosmetics, formerly Makeup Monsters, and then just a couple of silvers and be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and personally pass from this, but I would love to hear if you guys are really interested. Do you follow this Instagrammer? She looks like she's self-taught and she does FX makeup, so I would love to know. So there's a bunch of new holiday releases that came to Sephora. We have the huge Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, the NARS Jumbo Orgasm highlighter, or is that Orgasm is a blush, isn't it? Yeah, so the blush. You have the 6-pan from Hourglass. You have the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette, and I think that's it. Out of all of these, the only thing that like halfway catches my attention is that Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette. But for me, I believe I have already recently just bought something that is redder in tone, so I just don't feel the need to bring this into my collection. What is it? Oh, the Nomad Cosmetics. The Nomad Cosmetics will be bringing in some redder tones, some more bright springy tones, so I just don't think I need this. Although I do lack, if there's one shade that I feel I lack in my collection, it is reds. So maybe in the future, maybe this will be on my wish list. But that palette, there's what, 3, 6, 7 shadows and it's $50. That's a lot for a 7-pan eyeshadow palette. I don't know. The rest I'm pretty much easy to pass on. Oh, I did just want to let you guys know, in case you are eligible, that that deal that Sephora did a while ago where you had to spend $75 to get like 15% off or $15, that is going now, and it stops on Monday. So in case you did purchase during that time period and you wanted to go ahead and spend your like reward or whatever, I would say do it now. And if I were you, I would spend that towards holiday releases and holiday bundles. But yeah, so Too Faced, they've pretty much launched, I think, everything when it comes to their line, both for Sephora and Ulta, I would say. And honestly, all of this stuff, it's a no, dog. Like, there's quite a few eyeshadow palettes, their eyeshadow palette kits, lip products, mascara kits. I'm pretty much going to pass on all of these. I think later on I'll be talking about some that I'm interested in, but this coagulation of a bunch of crap, I'm good on this whole thing. Lime Crime is coming out with their greatest hits eyeshadow palette, where they're pulling some of their most popular shades from previous palettes and putting them in this one. I only have one palette from Lime Crime, and it is just their greeny pinky toned one, and I actually really enjoyed that palette. I thought that palette was very unique and interesting and just cool overall. I would love to pick this palette up. I think that one shade, Botticelli, we're gonna go with Booty, maybe Chelly, maybe Booticelli. Anyways, that's a really deep like maroon shade, and I've been trying to really find a really deep maroon burgundy shade that is deep enough for me. So I would love to try this palette, and I also just am interested in the color scheme overall. But I'm not gonna rush to pick it up. It's just I just don't feel like rushing to pick up palettes. I have 2 palettes on their way to me, and I feel like that is enough for right now. I am enjoying picking up palettes that I already have in my collection, and I can't wait to test those palettes out and slowly integrate them into my collection. So for right now, I do want this palette. I am definitely checking for this palette, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take my time to bring this in. Victoria Beckham is coming out with lipsticks. They look to be in the nudie range. I have quite a bit of nude lipsticks, specifically browns, because that's what I've been reaching for really when I want a nudie lipstick. And I have not tried Victoria Beckham's brand before, just because I feel like she's not really checking for me. She's not checking for anybody my complexion, and that's fine. I'm not bothered or anything like that. So for me, I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip this release and just allow the really beautiful booty gurus who do a lot of luxury makeup reviews and who actually follow Victoria Beckham's brand to review it. Tarte is coming out with a whole bunch of crap as well. I really have not checked for Tarte in a while. I don't think I've ever had a palette from Tarte at all, and me and Tarte just don't get along. If they would have came out with that Icy Batch palette that they sneak peeked and then tried to come out, and the one that they came out with was trash, had they come out with the original one, I would have had a Tarte palette. But since they didn't, it's a no-go. I'm not interested in any of this stuff, not even the mascaras, not the cheek products. This whole thing is just an easy pass for me. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about the fact that Playing in Makeup by Yolando is doing a collaboration with Beats by Deb, and this is the palette. I think this is a really nice palette. It is quite a few shades, so it's 5 by 6, so that's 30 shadows. That's a lot. In the grand scheme of things, I have 2 Lick and Lash palettes that are that size, so can I say that I don't like palettes that big? No. But this is quite a bit of shadows. I love the green shades. I love the blue shades. I love the different blacks. Although it looks like there are 2 different blacks. Is there a difference between them? It looks like one is a real deep jet black and the other one is like a fake black. Or maybe that's a brown. I don't really know. I like the color scheme. I do. But I'm not like lusting and saying I cannot live without this, and I'm not trying to talk myself into purchasing anything. That's just not where I'm at. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass. There are a couple of palettes by the brand Playing in Makeup by Yolando that I do want to incorporate into my collection. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass on this. But if you're interested in that color scheme, I have heard nothing but great things about this brand's formula. So I would say go ahead. I don't think there is a price yet, but it said it's going to be available on the 25th of September at 7 p.m. EST. So yeah. Rose Glass Cosmetics, they're coming out with the fall palette. It is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's for $20. I think this is a really, really pretty 9-pan eyeshadow palette. This brand is Black owned. It looks extremely small. They don't have very many followers, but I'm checking for this palette. I really am. I have found that fall grungy tones are really like the things that I truly enjoy. Like I love grungy eye looks. Like there was one eye look that I did for Instagram, I think. I don't think I put it on here, and I absolutely love that look. Literally, I will scroll through my Instagram, look at that look, and be like, ooh, I should put that on again. And I very rarely like to repeat the exact looks that I do before, and that's a look I really would love to repeat. And I just feel like this is a grungy fall neutral palette that I would love to bring in. I feel like I don't have anything exactly like this, and I just would love to support another Black owned brand. You can get 25% off their website with the use of fall. Oh, it looks like it was only for that day, unfortunately. But either way, I would say, I probably will pick this up. I don't know when. Like I said, my no-buy ends technically in November. So right now I'm taking the time to slowly incorporate purchasing back into my routine when it comes to makeup. But I don't think this is going to be something that I rush to purchase, but I do want to try this brand, and I do want to try this formula. Now, this is not necessarily makeup, and I really don't talk about non-makeup, but this is something that I need to discuss. So I saw this photo, and this Instagrammer, she released not only an eyeshadow palette for fall, but she also released a collaboration with these hats. I wanted this hat so badly. So badly. So this launched 2 days ago? No, yesterday. This launched yesterday. I was at work. I had an alarm. I saw my alarm go off, but I was working, right? So I was like, let me get to a stopping point, and then I'm gonna go on this website and I'm gonna purchase it. I don't purchase anything at work. Like, I just really don't be doing it. I tell myself if I need it that badly, I can wait till I get home. But I felt like I just had it in my bones that this was going to be a release, that it was going to be gone in a heartbeat, and I really wanted to get it. This sold out in 5 minutes. So, suffice it to say, I did not get it. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. From October to January, this is my season, and I'm hurt. I am genuinely hurt that I did not get this hat. I did sign up for the alert, so if it comes back in stock and I'm still checking for it, I will pick it up. But I just felt like I needed to share that story time with you all. Okay, so BH Cosmetics, they released a Halloween collection, and I'm very happy about this because a lot of brands really be forgetting that Halloween is a thing. So they came out with 2 eyeshadow palettes, one that looks like a more condensed version of the bigger one. They both have reds, yellows, some neutrals, and a black. I think these are an okay color scheme. I'm not really checking for any of these color schemes, to be honest. I think they're okay. If I had to pick one, I would pick the bigger one because those like blues had, I feel like, a little intrigue, especially with that purple and stuff. So I think like the bigger one is the most intriguing, but overall, do I really need either of these palettes? I don't. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip that as well. Alien Cosmetics, they have their 9-pan coming up, and it is called the Gem Casket palette, and they have a purple, a green, an orange, a yellow. It's they doing something, okay? They are doing something. This is yet another Alien Cosmetics palette that I want to try. There are quite a few palettes from them that I've wanted to try over the years, and I just have not done it. And yeah, I think this would be a really cool palette. Apparently there's only a few of these palettes left, and I don't know if they're gonna restock. They just said on the caption, only a few Gem Casket Bewitching palettes left, grab yours before it's gone. So I don't know, maybe they're not gonna re-release this, but there are like 2 palettes on there, 2 or 3 palettes that I would love to pick up from them. But like I said, I just don't want to bring in too many palettes at once. I have 2 on their way. I want to be able to test those out and get my opinions on them before I pick up any others. So if I missed the boat, I missed the boat. That is okay. This happens to be $30 in case you guys are wondering. Alamar Cosmetics has sneak peeked that she is coming out with highlighters, and these highlighters look huge, but they all look pretty much the same shade at the end of the day. Granted, this is only sneak peeks, so who knows, these might be the same exact highlighter with different formulas. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. But as of right now, I'm not really checking for this release, like I said, just because these all look like the same. There does not look to be a huge variety, and I doubt any of these shades will work on my complexion. The next palette I bought, I told you guys in the last video that if this was even halfway interesting, I was going to pick this up. And I also said that I was going to go ahead and pick up their previous palette. Let's talk about it. This is the Nomad Cosmetics Cartagena Magica palette. How'd I do? Good? I know. Basically, this is a really nice, beautiful, bright color scheme. I'm assuming they expected this to come out in spring because this just feels like a spring release. But I just was really intrigued. I watched one video by a YouTuber that I follow. I can't think of her name. I'll put her name on the screen. But one thing that I was like critiquing when I originally saw this palette is I felt like the red was not really red. When she applied it, it was a red. So I am very excited, hoping that it really shows up like a nice, bright, vivid red on my complexion as well. I think that this has a nice arrangement of shades, and I think that these will all work for me. Also, the 3 shimmers in like the second column from the left, those all look like the foily goodness shadows that are in my Harajuku palette, and I love that palette, and I love those shimmers in metallic-y situations. So I'm really excited to get this palette in the mail. It's already shipped to me. I'm just waiting. So hopefully it gets to me sooner rather than later, so I can go ahead and get a review and tutorials and stuff up for you guys. But do expect to see that for me. Would you guys like to see eye swatching? That's a thing for a lot of people. Is that a thing that you guys want to see from me? Let me know so I can do it or not do it if in case you're not interested. Okay, so I told you guys earlier that I would be talking about some more Too Faced stuff, so let's talk about it. Too Faced is coming out with this obscene amount of small 8-pan palettes. They all have the tin packaging, and so they're coming out with the salted caramel, the ginger spice palette, which they came out with the ginger spice palette 2 years ago. Last year, I have the ginger spice. I don't remember when they came out with it. They're also coming out with the kitty. What is the title? Why do they keep Kitty Likes to Scratch eyeshadow palette and Light My Fire eyeshadow palette? So these 4 minis are really cute in my opinion. If I had to pick one in particular, just from seeing the pans, I would say I'd probably want the Light My Flame. That one just seems to have shades more up my alley. Do I need that color scheme? No, I pretty much have that in a palette already, the color scheme wise. But I would like to see somebody doing reviews on these babies because I feel like the salted caramel and maybe even honestly the kitty light scratch, I feel like those two undertone wise may be more intriguing to me overall. I have not seen a video done by a YouTuber talking about these two miniature palettes, but I would be intrigued to see it because I just feel like it would be more up my alley. So who knows, I may look into these a little bit more. I genuinely don't know. I've talked about this brand before, and they're coming out with a palette that is just very, very interesting. So this is called the End of Summer Playlist, and this has some really nice, vibrant colors, but they also are deep and sultry at the same time. This is just a very, very interesting palette. It's a 9-pan, and I don't think it's too expensive. I know this is the Black-owned brand because I have seen this brand around before. I am interested in this palette. This would be a palette that I actually pick up because I just think that this color scheme is really interesting. I think those vibrant purples would be interesting to pair with that turquoise. The only thing that I'm questioning is why those two magenta shades are both in the palette. They just both seem the same, you know, like it doesn't seem like there's a huge difference color scheme wise. Let me see. And it's not on the website yet, and we haven't really seen a super up close look at the actual palette. So I do want to see an up close look so I can really see if there's a difference between those two magentas, but this palette is on my radar. I also think that red brings something unique and interesting as well. So very interested in this palette overall, and I hope I can see some better looks and some more interesting opinions on it. Just very interested in this baby. Okay, Alien Cosmetics again is coming out with a spooky glam palette. This palette looks to have some glitters, so this is going to be easy pass for me, but I just wanted to let you guys know in case the neutrals in this palette really tickle your fancy, because I think the neutrals in this palette really look interesting and unique, and I actually like the color scheme, but just because it looks like there are some metallics, I'm going to have to pass. Creative Soul Cosmetics is coming out with an eyeshadow palette. This one is for Halloween as well, and this is called the Fright eyeshadow palette. This looks beautiful. There glitters. I'm not getting it. Gosh darn it. This is another that if there were no glitters, I would have bought this today. So there's one row of beautiful, vibrant purples, one row of like gray tones with some blacks, and then another row of really interesting warm oranges and bright reds. I would have picked this palette up, but because it has those glitters, I'm gonna have to pass, which is very unfortunate. Bobbi Brown has shown her holiday collection, and for me, I picked up a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palette a while ago. I did not like the misleading photos, and so when I got it in my collection, I was like, what is this? No, I sent it back. I did buy 2 Bobbi Brown highlighters a couple holiday releases ago, and I still have them. No, I still have one, and I actually gave my best friend, like I did like a Frankenstein highlighter color, and I actually gave my best friend the more lighter version of that. She likes it. As far as I know, I like my version, but I'm not lusting at the formula enough that I would want to pick up another. So this whole collection is an easy pass for me. So Indie Makeup Spotlight showcased a bunch of Afro-Latina brands because this is Hispanic Heritage Month. And I just thought this was really interesting. They showcased some brands that I've never seen, never heard about, and out of this palette, or out of this collage in general, the Clash Cosmetics Spring Palette and the Rarity Cosmetics palette. Those 2 palettes actually look halfway intriguing. I wouldn't mind getting some more information, maybe seeing if anybody's done a review on those palettes. Do I want to rush to pick them up? Not necessarily, but I am interested to see more from those brands in particular, and just more from all of these brands in particular. So I will be taking the time hopefully to just learn more about them overall. Dior has come out with their 3 face palettes and then their lip glow thing. I don't care about the lip. I don't care about the lip. But if we're talking about the face glows, I actually just finished watching Kinky Sweat's video that she published today, today, and I am interested in the one that I thought I was going to be interested in, and it's the one that in this palette or in this photo looks like a dark bronzy situation. It's actually more of a coppery bronze goldy situation, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by that one. That's the one that I would pick up. Am I going to actually pick this up? I don't know, because I think this is somewhere like the $45–50 range, and I don't know if I really want to spend that amount of money on a purely highlighter palette. If it was a face palette, maybe, but this is all highlighter, so I don't know if I want to spend that, but we'll see. We will see. So, new shades are coming from Nxo Cosmetics. These are singles. I've not tried this brand before, but I thought this color scheme just in general was really, really interesting, really, really nice. I really like the shade Sweet Tea and Garden Swing. Those are 2 browns that are perfectly up my alley. So yeah, I thought this would be interesting to talk about. I'm not really checking to bring any new singles into my collection. I just don't want to bring more singles. I like the singles that I have. I like making palettes with them. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Colored Raine has sneak peeked that they're coming out with new brushes. And the brushes have some interesting like ombre color scheme situation. They look cute. I've never tried Colored Raine's brushes. And I'm pretty sure they had brushes before, unless I'm mixing them up with Juvia's Place, which could be possible. But we'll see. I want to see the shapes before I decide if I'm gonna pick them up or not. Mater Makeup Labs is sneak peeking what looks to be a palette that they're coming out with for Halloween, and it's coming out on the 30th of September. It's a 6-pan eyeshadow palette with looks to be 2 highlighters in there. The highlighters look like they're going to be way too icy for me. The actual eyeshadows in this palette actually don't look half bad. I will say that it looks like a majority of these are metallics or shimmers, and there's only one matte, so I would pass. I would not pick this up, but the overall actual like legit color scheme, I'm indifferent. I don't feel like it's bad or really, really good. Clarity Cosmetics has sneak peeked that they're coming out with a new eyeshadow palette. And that's it. We don't really have much information. It just says coming soon. So let's wait and see. So Marina Butte is coming out with the bronzer duo. And in the bronzer duo is Ebony and Chocolat. And these are 2 products that they have already in their range, and I actually already have these 2 products, so I will not be picking up this face palette or this bronzer duo. Would I recommend this? I would. A lot of people, YouTuber wise, had only picked up Ebony, and that was the shade that a lot of people used as bronzer. I also picked up Chocolate. If you're wondering, that is a soft shimmer like the description says, but you don't really see any shimmer on your face. At most, you see like a satiny sheen, kind of like what I have on today. But even then, I feel like it's not really a satiny sheen. For this shade, I feel like it's just like a healthy skin-like finish. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I would recommend this duo in case you are wondering. As long as it's the same exact formula, I would highly recommend it because I do enjoy my 2 bronzers in these 2 shades that I already have from them. Beauty Creations has come out with a Brights collection. It's 3 different palettes. One that's a greeny, yellowy tones. The other one is a pinky purple tone, and the last one is more neutrals with orangey brown tones. I think all of these color schemes are beautiful. My only thing personally, I've never tried Beauty Creations before, and to be quite honest, I think this is kind of too little too late. I feel like all of these color schemes have been done to death. And me personally, I do have quite a bit of that greeny yellow undertone one. I'm not gonna say I'm not interested because that's the one that I would pick up in a heartbeat, but I feel like that all these color schemes have been done to death. You know, these are like the typical kind of capsule palettes that have been done by quite a few different brands. So does anybody truly need to bring this in the collection? No. Are people probably going to pick these up? Yes. Would I be offended if I pick up that greeny yellow one? No, because that's just the type of shade range and that color scheme that I really just love to reach to. But at the end of the day, I don't need this because I already have it, you know? So we'll see. Hopefully I don't pick it up. Where would you even buy this? Where can you buy Beauty Creations? I don't even know. Apparently Dupe That has a discount, so you could get 15% off by typing in Dupe That. Okay, let's keep going. More holiday. This is Max Holiday. I must have just pinned this and not paid attention because I didn't know I pinned this. So there's quite a few lip products. There's an eyeshadow palette, maybe some face palettes, some highlighters, single highlighters, and some single eyeshadows. So for me, I think at the most I would pick up that face palette that looks to have 3 different blushy highlighting tones. I think I would get the most use out of that. If we're looking just overall with their whole collection. The eyeshadow palette, I've never really reached for MAC eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like even this palette is going to be extremely small. So I'm pretty much gonna pass on a majority of this. Let me see. Yeah, I'd probably get that eyeshadow or that face palette because it's their extra extra dimension skin finish, and I have quite a few singles from them, and I actually enjoyed that formula immensely. So that would be the only thing. Apparently it's coming from September to October on their website, so definitely check out down below. If I've linked it, that means it's available. But yeah, that would be the only thing that I would really pick up from this line. Now this next release I am actually offended by because I actually kind of want it, but I know I shouldn't want it. So this is a Morphe collaboration with Madison Bear. I don't know who she is, but I must say I feel like this is actually an offensively beautiful eyeshadow palette. Now, if you look at the actual eyeshadow palette, I'm not intrigued. I'm not. But if you see the swatches, the way they swatch them in the color scheme, it's bringing me life. I literally am intrigued and interested in every single shadow. So who knows? This may be my next Morphe palette that I actually purchased, and the only eyeshadow palette that will actually stay, because I don't have any Morphe in my collection right now, eyeshadow palette wise, and I don't even know if I have any in general. It looks like it should already be on Morphe's website, and it should be coming to Ulta tomorrow. So the day you guys are watching it, it should be on Ulta's website. So hopefully I'll link down Ulta's website for you guys. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it do. The eyeshadow palette is $22, so that's not terrible. And if I get it from Ulta, I wouldn't feel so offended. So, hey, maybe I will get it. Sonia G released a new brush, and this one is her Smooth Buffer brush. I don't have her original buffer brush, but I always did want that one, and I also just did not pick up this one either. This miniature one is $70, and it is already available, so I will have it linked below if it's still currently in stock or not. I wanted the Face One brush for so long. I just never got around to picking it up. So yeah, who knows? I may get the smooth buffer instead of the face one. I may get both, but I am interested in this line, this kind of shape of brush. I think it would be unique to really be a different brush shape to buff in powder. So we'll see. Maybe the next time I make a Beautylish order. I'm just not really making a Beautylish order right now. KVD Vegan Beauty has have they released it, or is it releasing? It is releasing on October 9th for their eyeshadow sticks. I think that these are just boring colors. I get it, like they're trying to change it up. I will say it's interesting that they're not changing the logo. I felt like they were going to change the logo when they were trying to distance themselves from Kat Von D. But I feel like these colors are just boring. Even the red, it just doesn't look saturated enough. And I just feel like all of the people who were interested in this brand originally, they were interested because Kat Von D made this brand really go for an edge. They were very like out there. They didn't care if it didn't make sense. They went for it, you know. They were that person that tried to make fetch happen, and it actually happened on occasion. And like now, fetch ain't ever happening. No. So I'm gonna say pass for me personally. And yeah, that's what it is. Milani is launching a new collection. This is her Halloween Alter Ego collection. And I must say the green, blue, neutral one, it actually doesn't look half bad. I'm actually kind of intrigued by that one. To be quite honest, where would I pick up Milani? I don't know. I think Milani's available in Ulta, but this post says I specifically would have to go to Nxo Cosmetics website. And honestly, I'm not gonna buy from their website just to get this. So this is probably gonna be a pass overall, but I think the color scheme is really interesting. The other eyeshadow palette I'm not interested in, and the lip products I'm not interested in at all. Fenty Beauty is going to be dropping another Diamond Bomb. I have her original one, which is in the really icy formula. I enjoy that shade and I enjoy the formula. And I would enjoy getting the chocolate version, but I don't think I would want this rose gold version. So I'm gonna pass on that. Makeup by Mario is sneak peeking that his line will be launching in Sephora on October 1st. I'm intrigued to see what he's going to be coming out with. I know everybody and their mother is going to be getting whatever the products are and they're going to be reviewing it. So I'm just gonna wait, see all the reviews, get all my opinions, create my shopping list, and then go and get things confidently, knowing that I will like them. So I am going to pass until I see the reviews. Laura Mercier, their holiday collection has been shown. They have a face and eyeshadow palette. They have a small 6-pan eyeshadow palette. They have a trio face palette, and they have a highlighter. I just feel like, and then a whole bunch of other things. I feel like overall, Laura Mercier just is not really checking for people my complexion, just in general. And the eyeshadow palettes, I'm just not intrigued by. And the highlighter is just, I'm not really intrigued by anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Another thing I just feel assaulted by its launch is another Morphe release. These are $12. These are 9 pans. I want the neutral one. I want the green brown one. Why? Because the browns look like they have green, yellowy undertones. And if you know anything about me, I like it. I also wouldn't hate to bring in the 2 purpley 9 pans either. But really, if I had to knock it down to one, it would be that green brown one. So, I mean, fight me, y'all. Fight me. Really just fight me. I don't get it. Why is Morphe trying to attract me? Why? Why? Nxo Cosmetics is going to be coming out with their first collaboration very, very soon. I'm intrigued to see who it is. It looks like it's a Halloween collaboration. I am extremely, extremely excited to see who it is going to be with. I've never tried the brand. Just kidding. I tried them when they were, they were Strobe Cosmetics first, right? Yeah, I tried them when they were Strobe Cosmetics. I did not like the formula of their eyeshadows that I got, but I've heard they've reformulated. But since they reformulated, I've not tried their brand. I will say their Arcana palette, I have been intrigued to pick up. I've just never done it, but I would like to give them a try. Maybe this collaboration will be with somebody that I follow and I would really love to support, or maybe even just the color scheme is going to be up my alley. It is a Halloween palette, so 9 times out of 10 it's going to be up my alley. So we will keep a lookout for that. Nxo Cosmetics is doing a collaboration with Beauty by Lynn C. And this is the palette. It looks like a beautiful, beautiful fall autumnal palette. It's not something that I feel I really, really must bring into my collection, but congratulations to this influencer. It's 15 shades, it's 9 mattes and 6 shimmers, and it's only $18. So I think like that's a really good price, and yeah, hopefully a lot of people pick it up and they get a good response. Nxo Cosmetics is coming out with new matte pigment shades. I am not a pigment person. It is just not something for me, but I will say the shades look really pretty, so yeah, cool beans. Coley Cosmetics, they're coming out with a new palette or new shades. Yeah, they're coming out with their first eyeshadow palette, and they've only showed a black and white. It looks like maybe there's 3 metallics or shimmery shades and the rest are mattes. I would love to see the inside, but as of right now we have seen nothing. There is a Hocus Pocus box launching by Night's Shade Seller, and they're like a monthly beauty box subscription brand situation. It looks like it is Hocus Pocus inspired. Who knows? I may pick it up. Who knows? And that is it. That is it. This was quite a lot of I am interested, mainly because a lot of these are Halloween themed. Halloween is my kryptonite. I love Halloween inspired palettes. I love the color schemes. And like I reach for them a lot throughout the year, all the time. So that's pretty much why I'm so intrigued by a lot of these products. I will go ahead and just list them really, really quickly for you guys. The Alien Cosmetics Gem Casket palette, the Beauty Creations palette, the Shroud Cosmetics palette, the 2 Morphe palettes, let's see what else, the Sonia G brush, the Dior face palette, the Blaqe Cosmetics palette, what is this brand again? The Rose Glass palette, the Lime Crime palette, and that's it. So about 10 products. So quite a few products that I'm very interested in. Let me know down below if there's a product that you guys would love for me to take the time to review out of all of these palettes, because if you guys are really, really interested in one that is Halloween or fall related, I might pick it up earlier than I was planning, especially if I was already planning to pick it up. So definitely let me know. Once again, I did record this look, and just check down below. I will link it as soon as it's available on my Instagram. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as